When I get ready to go. Welcome back, everyone. No fancy music today. Sorry, but you are.
Uh,
Yeah, I know. Well, I love my fancy music. I'm also a guest at a house because I'm back in Michigan, and
Michigan.
Michigan, as old Bob Ufer and who said Fielding Yost used to say. So, of course, you're tuning into a podcast about it. We're so happy to have you guys on. I have to be careful, because I don't want to get run out of the house I'm staying at. So, so no super loud shenanigans today. Of course, if my neighbors hear me back at home, they hear me back at home. So, yeah, so right now we're kind of just putting the word out there, waiting for people to join. I'm going to retweet it with my things. I'm not, we're usually behind the scenes doing this, but today I'm out in the open. So, how y'all doing, man? Just let us know how you're doing. Actually, kind of how you doing, man? Shoot,
I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
I'm
Good
awesome, man.
wins for both of us last week. We better both be awesome.
I know, man. I mean, because people were talking about how, you know, people were talking about how Michigan's going to upset Western Michigan, and an unnamed Spartan journalist, Spartan Voice, was like, "You guys are going to lose. Michigan State is going to be in trouble like they were against Army back 2 years ago." And of course, I mean, it was. When Western scored that first touchdown, it was like, oh, here we go.
I don't think anybody was really that worried about it.
Oh yeah, but I mean, yeah, it was just like that. But what I liked with the Michigan game is just the defense. I like the multiple looks from the defense. I really enjoy. I really like that it wasn't, if we don't hold you to 50 yards, we're gonna we don't hold you to 50 yards. We're going to give up 500 yards.
Mm.
It's really balanced, multiple sets, multiple looks. So I really did like that. Yeah. So,
What did you
well,
think of Ladarius Jefferson's little pose in the end zone?
lame.
I mean, you're on Western now.
Yeah, man.
And then you give up 40 straight points. It's like,
Lame.
what are you doing?
Lame. It's just like if I mean, like I said, if you were good enough to be a Spartan, you still be a Spartan.
Mm.
But of course, he wouldn't be getting no playing time with who y'all got toting the rock right now. Anyways,
Yeah,
he'd be the water boy. That's what he would be. So
he's unreal. He is unreal. That was the most fun I've had watching a running back or an offense in 5 years, maybe. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't even think we've had an offense in 5 years. I don't even remember what touchdowns are like.
Oh
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Of course. You don't remember what touchdowns. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we both had some breakout offensive performers. Both of us will have some success running the ball. Of course, Northwestern, we don't know how good they're going to be.
Mm.
I think Western Michigan. I was pleased with Michigan's defense because I think Western's going to score some points in the MAC. They've got a decent quarterback. They've got some good receivers. It's just
Mm.
it's just the talent at Michigan, talent at Western. It's a different level. So it was a decent test to a point where if Michigan wasn't prepared, then it could have been scary. So, yeah, we actually have our first question. So let's go to it. We're in, like I said, anything goes unless it's like
Wild.
unless it's like racist or homophobic or
Yeah.
xenophobic, something like that. But anything goes. We'll try to answer it the best of our ability. Connor, how are you so cool all the time but so old?
Oh man. It's just a gift, I guess.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. It's a gift. I don't know. I think when you get that blue check mark on Twitter, you get cool, but then you get so lame and old at the same time. It's just a weird combination.
Of course, of
Cool
course.
and old. I think my age is being blown out of proportion here.
Also, I think you also people have this term called an old soul, so I think that may describe you.
I
So
don't even think I'm an old soul. I think I'm just I don't know. I don't know. I'm the same as the rest of my age group. So I guess if that's old, then it's old.
yeah, I'm sure that is. I'm sending out. I'm doing all my sharing and stuff to all these people. That's a wonderful question. Thank you, F Barmer 313. How come you got the Don Kelly fangirls thing
That's
right there, man?
probably who it is.
I don't think it's her, man. I think it's
I
just someone just being a parody of her.
no, I don't
Okay.
think so.
You don't think so? That's her?
No, because every Tigers fan hates Buck Farmer, and that name just makes sense. It just
Oh,
makes
every
sense.
time. Yeah, Buck Farmer. Like my
No
late
good.
my late my late grand my grand what it was. Yeah, my grandfather. My late grandfather was a big Tiger fan. The thing about it is he's a very loving very loving father. Loving grandfather, wonderful person, but loves his Tigers. The thing is, if you were a Tiger and you screwed up constantly, you were on his crap list forever. Like the top of the list was Phil Koch.
Oh
You know,
God, Phil Koch.
like even when my grandfather was, making his trade, he was, kind of toward the end of his life, he wasn't doing very well. He wasn't very responsive. In my last conversation I had with him, I asked him, if you don't do better, I'm gonna send Phil Koch. He's like, no way. So even at the point where his life was getting ready to make his transition, he was still that about Phil Koch. So
That's funny. Phil Koch was easily one of my like love or hate Tigers for sure. There are a few of them.
Yeah.
I was always on the Ryan Rayburn bandwagon. I don't know about you. I was a Ryan Rayburn, team Ryan Rayburn.
Team Ryan Rayburn. Okay. All right. Well, let's go to the next one. We appreciate you, Don Kelly. Your name slips me, but we appreciate you for joining us. FB4. I just got it. Buck Farmer. I just got it.
Yes.
I'm a little late to the party, but hey,
wonderful. It's a great name.
Wonderful to have you on. But of course, he's gone now. The pride of Conyers, Georgia. So let's go to our next question from Johnson Joey. How bad do you think Michigan beats Rocky Lombardi in a couple weeks? Or does NIU have a shot? Oh, Lord.
I think the Rocky luck has run out. He had it week 1 against Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech is not Michigan. I don't think there's a shot. It'll be interesting to see what he does if he has the same game plan. He's like, no, wait, I know how to beat him. I'm just gonna throw it deep every single play and hope that their cornerbacks are out of place.
And hope that the defensive coordinator makes the same call.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's like if you do the same look. I mean, Michigan, back in like 2016, 2017, when you had bona fide NFL players like Jordan Lewis, Rashawn Gary, Chase Winovich, when you had all of those guys, out there, it didn't matter. You knew what was coming. It didn't matter because they were so good. They were so deep. But now you got guys coming in, learning the system, and trying to be the starter. Not saying that guys like Vincent Gray and Jermaine Green aren't talented, but it's just it's just a different level. Yeah. And when your confidence is shot, when you're getting beat like that and you're young, I mean, it's hard to recover. And I think that's what's happening. But I saw some good things out of those defensive backs last week, even though Western had a couple plays. So yeah, but no, I don't think we're gonna have a Rocky Lombardi part.
Maybe 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdown win.
I know. I watched the whole game, Connor.
No. I said it's gonna be a 3 touchdown win.
My bad. Because he did throw 3 touchdown passes. So.
No. Did he? That's shocking to me. Honestly,
he threw 2 to Hayward in that game.
Wow.
I watched that game back again. I want to know.
I thought you were talking about the North. Okay, yeah, I get it now. We're catching up to each other. I thought we were talking about the Northern Illinois Georgia Tech game. I thought you said he threw 3 touchdown passes in that, and I was shocked, but I don't think he did.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's go to TRIME 13, and they're asking. I'm not sure if it's he or she. I apologize. Are we sold on Peyton Thorne yet?
I've been sold on Peyton Thorne since April.
I know you're team Peyton Thorne. We know you are the foremost evangelist of Peyton Thorndom. So we definitely we certainly get that, understand that, and yeah. Peyton
did you watch the opener at all, or did you probably didn't have time? You were at the Michigan game. You're probably doing stuff all day.
I mean the opener for Michigan State.
That was the day before.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it.
Did you stay up for it?
I stopped for enough of it. Like whenever they started getting just out of hand, I think 21-0, something like that. I went to bed. When Kenneth Walker basically was already at 800 yards rushing. It's just like this one's a foregone conclusion. But I like the way Peyton Thorne managed the game. Yeah. I think the offensive line is looked decent. The running backs room is good. I think above average is a safe description of them, and the receiving core above average is a very safe description of them as well. You don't want to go too
right. You don't
deep,
know yet.
because we really don't know. And but he did a great job just kind of as the conductor. That's because really Peyton Thorne is like Cade McNamara. All you got to do is be the conductor of the band. You don't have to be Johnny Football. You don't have to be Trevor Lawrence. You don't have to be fill in the blank of a quarterback that really kind of an all-world guy. You don't have to be that guy.
I think Thorne is more than that, though. I think honestly, Thorne is the reason he looked like that kind of guy is because he didn't have to do anything. He had a running back rush for 260 yards on 23 carries. If the game was close and Northwestern and Michigan State were going back and forth like the Lewerke game back in 2017, I want to say, where he threw for like 400 yards, we might have seen Thorne throw for 300 yards and look like a world beater, but he didn't have to. He didn't make any mistakes. He ran the ball. They had design runs for him. He looked really good. He looked comfortable. He honestly never looked like he was under pressure, never panicked. He had guys in his face every now and then, and it was just he made some great throws, like the one to Trey Mosley where he had the one-handed catch on the sideline. I thought that throw and that catch was like, whoa. Like if he can make that throw consistently, that's huge. That's big time. I'm sold on Thorne, and I thought that the game against Northwestern just solidified my belief that he was QB1 all along. But I would like to see him do that consistently.
Yeah, and I think this weekend against Youngstown State, I mean, barring, a comatose Michigan State team, guys like Anthony Russo can get some run. Because the thing is, naturally, you're going to need multiple quarterbacks for a season because you never know. Because one guy can get hit, get his bell rung, get his helmet knocked off. So for one play, he's got to be on the field. So you got to have a quarterback that can jog onto the field and do his thing like that. So yeah, you got to have those types of guys. So that's certainly important. So I think this will be a great weekend for that. So I'm really looking forward to. Really looking forward to to see how the next couple of weeks progress for Michigan State, and I still have my upset special. Michigan State will go down to Miami Gardens, and they will beat the Miami Hurricanes. That is my upset special. I'm holding on to it and seeing the way Michigan State played against Northwestern. Not because Northwestern may be terrible, because they like every 3-4 years they'll sneak and be a top 20 team, and then the year after they stink. So it could be one of those years there. But it's not all about the competition. It's about the way you play, and the way they played with the intensity, the focus, the attention, the detail is something that it's safe to be encouraged by if you are a Spartan fan. It's okay to be encouraged by it. I think the Heisman campaign is a little premature for Kenneth Walker. You see, if you're doing that, if you ever made fun of Michigan for hyping up Denard Robinson or a Tate Forcier or a Jabril Peppers in September, and you got Kenneth Walker, I'm picking on one of my buddies right now, and you've got Kenneth Walker for Heisman on your thing. I'm talking to you about you, Mitch. I'm playing. If you got it on there, you made fun of Michigan fans back in the day, then you're a hypocrite. That's all I got to say.
But did they ever run for 264 yards and 4 touchdowns on 23 carries?
I mean, Denard Robinson did a lot of those. I don't remember those numbers, but Denard Robinson put up some video game numbers. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
I know. So, all right. Well, let's go to the. We have we're gonna take them all. I mean, it's maybe just a bot or a spam. That we're just gonna have some fun with it. Okay, here we go. How fast is COVID in kilometers per hour? How fast is COVID? Can somebody help us out in the comments, please? Anybody got any answers? Anybody got any answers? It's not. I mean.
What is that?
I don't know what it means, but we're just gonna. We're gonna have some fun.
We'll check the science on that. I think it's 132 kph.
Yeah, 132. Okay, 130. Well, I would say faster than Usain Bolt. That's my answer. Anybody else got any answers? And also, where are all my Michigan fans at? Y'all know, I mean, this is dominated by Sparty.
Let's go.
You know, I mean, come on, Michigan fans. I'm gonna go on and rally the troops.
Rally the troops.
Rally the troops.
Get some tough Michigan questions in here.
Yeah, come on.
Well, someone asked me about 850 credit score. One of your friends on Facebook.
Okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay, everybody who's participating, I need y'all's input on this. Okay, we're gonna go. Like I said, this is our free for all Q&A. We're just gonna have some fun tonight. Of course, we're gonna talk Michigan State. We're gonna have some fun. I posted like I'm not sure if it's a meme or like a question on my Facebook page earlier today. And if you had choices between, what's up, Paul Partridge? He's one of he's our show every week. Good to see you, brother.
Paul.
Yeah, he uses every week. He's faithful. The question that I'm gonna get this ridiculous question off the screen real quick. Yeah, if you had a choice between, give me one second. Let me just. I'm gonna put it up right now. Let me see. I've never used our producer, Vinny. My brother is actually. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Whoops, my bad. This is the ticker from. I'm just okay. Here we go. But let me edit this real quick. If you had a choice between, I'm gonna just type it in real quick. Okay. If you had a choice between, if you had a choice between an 850 credit score, a lump sum of $2 million. I just want to get everybody's answer. Lump sum of $2 million.
I know what I'm going to pick. I already know what I'm going to pick.
I know what I'm going to pick. Shoot.
No, I saw what you picked.
Oh yeah, or
$4,000 a week.
$4,000 a week for life.
For life.
I really want to get Josh's thoughts on this. All right, here we go. Choose one. 850 credit score. If you could choose one, it's like a genie wish. But you only choose one. So basically 850 credit score, lump sum of $2 million or $4,000 a week for life. What do you choose?
That's so easy. It's easy. It's so easy.
Okay.
And I saw what you picked, and I completely disagree with you.
Okay, all right. Then you tell me yours, and
it's $4,000 per week.
$4,000 a week for life. Okay.
What are you gonna spend $16,000 a month on?
I mean that's a pretty good choice,
right? But like, you get $2 million in your pocket right now. You're spending a lot of that money on stupid things. You get $4,000 a week. Exactly. It takes 10 years. 10 years for $4,000 a week to pass $2 million.
Oh yeah, and 4,000. So here's my rationale behind it. Okay, 4,000. I mean, if you pick 850 credit score, I don't know what else. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, that's all I got to say.
You're homeless or something. I don't know.
Yes, if you 850, like if you have an 850 credit score and you make 50, I'm just going to exaggerate. You make $5,000 a year, and with 850 credit score, you can't get bubble gum on credit, man. You can't get bubble gum.
You got a great car rate, but
the thing is they look at how you can pay it. But I picked $2 million. The reason why is because it would take. I did the calculation and the inflation. It would take, with the current inflation rate, it would take 13 years to get $2 million. That's if you didn't spend a dime. You get $2 million. But here's what I would do. I would take that $2 million, invest that bad boy in a mutual fund or IRA, whatever, something like that. Something, I don't know all the terminologies. I would invest that bad boy at like a 6% yield, and I could get $4,000 a month in interest and live off the interest without touching the $2 million. So I could that. So I mean, yeah. So
you're not actually going to, though.
But I mean,
but like, theoretically, you could and you would, and that would be the smartest thing, the most logical thing. You would make a ton of money doing that. But would you do that if you were handed $2 million tomorrow? The first thought that comes to your mind is not, let me go invest this real quick in a mutual fund and I'll get back to you. No, your first thought is like, what can I buy that's huge? Probably a house for my mom. Like, you're thinking way beyond that.
Okay, and actually, Ant Wright is just. What's up, Ant Wright? Welcome to the show.
Oh, he's probably got a good answer for that.
Yeah, he's a wonderful answer. How much do I have after the Bugatti? Oh man, about $1 million. But like I said, it's like if that's the most, I would do that because it's the most prudent thing to do. It would be
4,000. You could invest 2,000 a week in mutual. You could still do that and make more throughout your life.
But I'm just saying,
You just want that. You just want that $2 million.
The lumps. To have it. And like I said, of course, no one knows what the future holds. Man, I'm gonna live to 100 plus, but we don't know what the future holds. Have that money and invest that bad boy and go from there. That's what I would do.
You know what? I'd rather have an 850 credit score. I changed my answer.
Man, I can't help you if you like.
That shouldn't even be an option. Just cut that one out, and you have two really good ones.
But I'm just surprised that someone actually picked that, because I'm surprised. I'm gonna put it up for just a little bit longer.
Nobody's picking that for real.
So someone did. Like, you saw the person on my page pick that. And here's the thing. If you got an 850 credit score, all that means is all that gives you the ability is you can borrow money.
Yeah, you can get a loan. Yeah.
Rate. But here's the thing: if you take the cash, you don't need a loan. Yep. Hello.
Big brain.
Hello. Somebody's gonna screenshot that. Hello.
I thought you had to be quiet.
I'm being as quiet as I can. So if someone comes to
someone wound on up before
it's just that. I mean, we can debate the 2 million, the 4,000 per week. Take the money. Take the move. Take
money, but it's definitely the 4,000.
Because the thing is, you can buy yourself a credit score. You can go to a credit repair person. You can go to credit repair. You can go to how do I say it? You can basically, just for that money coming in, you're paying bills, paying off debt and stuff.
Yeah, no kidding.
And so the credit score is going to naturally rise. And I mean, all transparency, when I graduated college, I was making like no money, and so my student loans came due after those 6 month period, and I couldn't pay them. And they didn't care if I was young and broke. Yeah. My credit score suffered, but as years went by,
and look, you're still fine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I won't give my credit score on here, but
you're not homeless. You have a house.
I have a house, and
you can afford to travel. You're good.
Yeah, I'm good, and my credit score is good. But it's just I can't get down with that.
Kids, take the money and run.
Take the money and run. Take the lump sum.
4,000.
All right. Well, let's go for some comments, and we got some. All right. Let's see who's got. Don is 80 years old using technology. Anthony Wright, Comedy Hour. We got 4K per week from the King's Witness. Okay. All right. I don't know about smart.
That's gonna be a common thing. I think 4K per week would win that.
Here we go. LK Stoll. Can I trade them both?
Stupid meme. Oh my god.
If you want dinner with, like, all you have is a maybe tasty dinner, depending on the expensive restaurant, because expensive restaurants.
Yeah, is he paying? Because he's probably not paying.
You get a free dinner and a picture op where you get about 500 likes on Facebook. That's all you got. Give me my 500.
So worth it.
Give me my money.
Yeah, so worth the picture.
4K, Colin. Okay.
Easy.
Paul Partridge.
Easy.
4K. Colin says that's a mortgage.
Yep.
Anthony, I'm too dark to have an 850 credit score. Well, I mean,
we were not going to touch on that one.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll leave we'll lay that one alone. But they dropped me this. I got the Bugatti comment already. And Paul is honest though. He's got a point. He's talking about me, but I wouldn't be able to control my spending. Okay, You're being honest. Okay. All right, let's go to Shart and Dump. If you had to become a fan of a Big Ten, this is a good question. And y'all feel free to chime in. This is a good question, Shart and Dump. If you had to become a fan of a Big Ten school not in the state of Michigan, what would you pick? Ooh, Connor, since you're younger and you got C, so you're alphabetically, you go first. Time to think.
Big Ten school not in Michigan. The first one that comes to mind, but I don't know if I want to stick with this answer, is probably Northwestern, just because they're so harmless and they're easy to root for. You're never like, oh, I hate Northwestern. You're just like, oh, we play Northwestern, no big deal. And their campus is unbelievable. I would go to every single game. Their campus is great. But I feel like, oh man, I hate so many Big Ten schools.
Yeah. Of course, the very last one, probably number 1054. Probably number infinity is Ohio State number.
And Nebraska.
And then number 1,424 least would be Nebraska. But my top one, just think off the top of my head, I may regret that, but Iowa would be mine, because I know as an Iowa fan, it's not national title or Big Ten title or bust, and you know what you're getting every year. You're gonna get 8-9 wins.
So I get that. I've watched that kind of football for 5 years now, and it's just not fun.
I know it's not fun, but you get some dubs. You go to New Year's Day bowl game, Kirk Fair. It's steady. It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I mean, now I'm hungry. I need to not eat because I'm fat. But yeah, so it's like you know what you're going to get. You go to a restaurant that you've gone to your whole life. You know what you're going to get. It's not great, it's not bad, but you know that it's edible, it's tasty, and it'll hit the spot.
I think I'm going to ruffle your feathers and just pick Ohio State.
All right, the show's over.
Just because they win so much, I would never be like.
But here's the catch-22 of that. If when you lose, it's like being an Alabama fan. There are I've seen fire Saban hashtags when they have a 2-loss season.
That's the bottom of the barrel of every fan base.
But Ohio State fans a lot of them are like that. We both know that.
Yeah.
There
were Michigan State fans who said fire Tucker at halftime of the first game last year.
But it's different. But Tucker, because you don't know what you're going to get. Nick Saban's brought y'all 5 national titles. Michigan has 5 national titles dating back to the 1920s. Mm-hmm. And Alabama, and Michigan's the all-time most wins out of everybody. And Alabama has 5 national titles since 2009 when Party Rock Anthem came out. So, yeah, random fact there. Yeah. So, I mean, that's mind-blowing what they've been able to do. So it's kind of a different, but I see what you're saying. So Let's see what else we got. But that's short and dumb. That's an excellent question. Excellent question. What is a student loan? And we know you were a scholarship athlete at 2 schools, and we got you. But yeah, like I said, baseball doesn't get full ride. So I had a partial scholarship, but I still have to pay a little bit. So everyone else knows what it is. Okay, let's go to Sparty on 70. Who's Michigan's number 1 wideout now that Bell is out? Who's the next man up? Oof. Good question. Immediately, I think it's going to be Cornelius Johnson. Cornelius Johnson, 6'3". He's gotten a lot of playing time, since his freshman year. He's a junior now. I think it's going to be Cornelius. He's going to be the net one. Mike Sanger still will be someone else. But I think a 1A is going to be the Jackson State transfer, Dalen Baldwin.
I knew that's who you're going to go with.
Yeah, I think eventually it's going to be him. And, of course, so we don't have my brother with the highlights. So we'll just imagine J.J. McCarthy.
Imagine him catching passes.
Imagine it. Use your imagination.
J.J. McCarthy or for your starter?
Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac.
What about A.J. Henning?
A.J. Henning's kind of that all-purpose back. Slot receiver, kind of a Percy Harvin type. That's A.J. Henning. Of course, he's not. No, Percy Harvin is a rare player, but the type of player. But Cade's the guy. Cade played a darn near flawless game.
The leash got a little shorter. I feel like.
But the thing about it is, Cade is not mistake prone. So it's going to have to be, God forbid, something happened to him where he can't do something. But I think, but the thing about it, it's a good problem to have with having JJ waiting in the wings. It's a great problem to have. But also you've got an experienced guy who can just kind of get the ball, get the ball in playmakers' hands. So that's really what we need right now. Of course, eventually we may need JJ's uber talented services, but right now, it's a luxury to where we don't have to throw him into the fire right now. He can, as I say, marinate, serenade, and percolate in the lab, and get better. So, yeah, great question, Sparty on 70. Might be Corum. Okay, thanks. And Beyonce is definitely going to be there. Yeah, Beyonce was there.
That would make it more worth it, but I don't think that makes it worth it.
Single ladies.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Did I retire from the
I'm gonna stop. Okay, 2 million sounds nice, but 4K. Okay,
4K. Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty. Illinois, they won the most recent championship in basketball.
Oh boy.
I'm not even gonna touch.
Can you address that one or no?
No. Technically he's right because they won the Big Ten tournament, so technically he is right.
True, that's the most recent.
Yep. All right, it's not Ohio State.
I can't go with Penn State either.
On brand for Con. That was 3 Shades of Green.
Hey.
Don, #1 fan. What is your favorite Sumerian city-state? Ooh. Egypt. I forgot what they were. It's been a long time. It's been about 15 years since I've taken Western Pacific in college. So
I have no idea how to answer that.
I forgot. I mean, maybe Sumerian, which is that. All right, let's go to the next one. Feel free to answer in the comments. Okay. All right, LK Stoll. Does Corum become the #1, or do you think Hart switch the carries between 3 backs?
That's all you.
It's all me? Okay, cool. I'll take it. It's going to be more so, I think, depending on injury, fatigue situation, I think it's going to be 2. Haskins and Corum have just looking at them, even though it's Western Michigan, Haskins and Corum have a really nice chemistry. They really complement each other. Haskins is kind of the bulldog that can both of them can run inside and outside, but Haskins kind of can soften them up, and then you bring in Corum as a change of pace instead of you're used to just getting wearing those hits, and now you got somebody that can run around you. So I think it's going to be that, and then of course Donovan Edwards is going to play. Kind of be that back, in certain situations when, you have to run the ball in high volumes and it's working well. And he can be that guy to give both Haskins and Corum a rest. But it's Corum and Haskins right now. It's going to be both of them. But if Corum keeps doing his thing and just because he's a home run hitter, then you may see him get more of the lion's share of the carries, but it's going to be both of them. I think.
What about Charbonnet?
I'm a Sharpie girl in a Sharpie world. It's like plastic.
Next question.
See, this is uncut, y'all. We are totally just.
We don't get to edit that out.
No, we don't get to edit it out. So you guys can use it as I don't care. It is what it is. But I think I think it's basically going to be who has the hot hand. If Haskins is running people over, they have no answer for him. There's so many things. It's a good problem to have. Basically, I love saying that it's a great problem to have. So we'll move it. Okay.
I don't know.
No, I know what he's talking about.
You know what he's talking about?
Larsa Pippen. Just Google it, and we're gonna move on. Larsa Pippen.
I don't know. All right, we're moving on.
Yes, just Google Larsa Pippen. You'll get a laugh. Our Michigan. Oh, sorry. I'm just. This is wonderful, guys. This is our Michigan fans actually going to wear maize Saturday. Connor? What you think? I'll give you.
Are Michigan fans going to wear all maize? I've seen so many I won't say. Well, I guess I will say poor sports. Just probably the older generation not wanting to comply with the all maize, complaining about maize. I don't own any maize. It doesn't look good. People shouldn't wear maize shirts. Blah blah blah. I mean, it's part of your colors.
Yeah.
Do I think that it's going to look like a Penn State whiteout with yellow? No. I think that there's going to be a lot of outliers,
You
but
think so?
it'll look predominantly maize with there. But you'll notice, like Michigan State has tried to do, I think they've tried to do whiteouts before or greenouts, but they did it on like cold days, and people don't own white coats or sweatshirts. Like
yes, exactly, because
it gets dirty. Yeah. So they've tried to do that, and it fails miserably because they do it when it's cold outside. And there's really no excuse for Michigan fans to not wear maize.
Yeah,
every Michigan fan owns something yellow.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing
no,
about
I don't think they're going to all do it though.
No, I don't think so, because it's never happened. Of course, I mean Illinois pulls it off for every basketball game. With the orange.
I hate playing there.
I mean, I do too, and yeah. Well, Illinois, we're not going to talk because they're in Nebraska's category, as we don't want to deal with them. But I think Michigan fans should, especially with the program they've given all these different initiatives and announcements. It's just, I mean, and the number one thing is these kids come to Michigan from all over the country to play at the Big House, to wear the winged helmet. And the least that we can do as fans is do the best you can to just kind of go along with it and give these kids the best atmosphere possible. Because they're going to go to Penn State, and it's going to be white.
Yeah.
It's going to, even though it's November, it's going to be a whiteout. And at least we can have that type of, even though the sound doesn't, stay in that way. We owe it to these kids. We owe it to these Michigan players to give them the best possible environment, home field advantage that we can give them. Okay.
There's so many outliers though. You think of all the people that are like, no, I want to wear what I want to wear. They're like, there's the same selfish people that we won't get into. That, only think of themselves in certain situations. Oh, I want to wear a blue shirt because I hate maize. Okay, well then just don't go to you're ruining it. You're ruining it for everybody else.
Stay selfish behind home, and that applies to the other situations that we won't get into it. Just stay home. If you stay home, you can wear polka dot. You can wear your mama's underwear. I don't care.
But please don't do that either.
I mean, I don't care if it's in your house, whatever, man. But if you come into Michigan Stadium, if you can afford the average price for the ticket's like $170. If you can afford, or 150, something like that. If you can afford that much for a ticket, you can afford to buy a $5 yellow shirt.
You own a yellow shirt. Like Michigan fans are lying to themselves. They say they don't own a single maize or yellow shirt. Like they're just lying.
Yeah, exactly.
I own a Michigan State shirt in every shade of green.
He's not lying. We've done probably 50 episodes, and I've seen them all. Yeah, he's not lying. So show up if you come into Michigan Stadium this weekend. Wear maize. Wear something yellow. But for all I mean, take a white shirt, drink a bunch of Mountain Dew, and piss all over it, and wear it. I don't know
if I recommend that, but
put it in the dryer, okay? And I don't care. Wear maize. The
CDC does not recommend pissing on your shirt.
Okay, but I recommend it. I'd rather you do that than come in with some old blue shirt from that you bought at the MDM back in 1993. All right,
back when Michigan was relevant. Yes.
Yeah, or fine, whatever. It's a different time. I know that. I don't take that as a dig. All right. Okay. Connor, who was your favorite fullback at MSU? That's from Robala 09.
Oh man, it's gotta go with Pendleton.
Man, I was at the game when Pendleton went for it. We had that game in hand, and then we let a 357-pound guy that runs a 5.5 flat 40 run 87 yards to the 1 yard line. I will never forget that. It's like we had that game in a chokehold, and if it wasn't for that, honestly, if it wasn't for that play, trouble for the snap wouldn't have even been.
That was such a ridiculous play.
It was.
I've never seen a fullback almost score a long touchdown like that in my life, ever.
I mean, the other ridiculous play, if he's watching, I'm not poking fun at you, but Stephen Threet, for Michigan's quarterback back in 2008, like I said, not all of us are fleet of foot. He wasn't the most fleet of foot, but somehow Wisconsin let him run for like 80 yards, in a big game when they were a top 10 team, and Rich Rodriguez' team went 3-9. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, I think fullbacks are great. I mean, I really loved it back in the day when Michigan's team, with guys like with guys like, of course, Ben Mason was a good one. Adam Dudley back in the old days. Chris Floyd, Aaron Shea. I loved it when those guys really made a difference in the offense. And, that's when we weren't playing with 5 wide receivers and everyone runs a 4-4. It's a different game now. But
R.I.P. to the fullback position.
And Ann has thoughts on that. Most will be Bashucci patches of color. Okay, yeah, that's Bob. I think so. Larsa. Oh, Larsa, man, you being sloppy, man. You talking about Larsa as a city-state, but I thought you were talking about Larsa Pippen. Just Google Larsa Pippen. We're not going to talk about her because she is of the streets, as Ann said. Who is Fred's wife in the Flintstone? Wilma? Is that a city? I don't know. Will Cade end up having a better career than Shea? I would hope. I think he will. Shea's my boy, but I think he will. Reason being is because Cade has been in the same system since he stepped foot at Michigan. And Cade ran a similar system in high school. Cade is in his comfort zone and is comfortable and as a command of the offense. But also, Cade has skill players that were recruited to play in Josh Gattis's offense as well. And Shea Michigan was still finding their identity when Shea got there. And so Shea was a spread quarterback, came to play a pro style, got used to the pro style, then went to spread and didn't have all the skill players to play the spread. And so it's a lot of different things. But if Cade stays healthy, I think he'll have I think from a number standpoint, he'll have more passing yards, I think he'll have more touchdowns, things like that. Just because the comfort level of the system and his skill players around him.
JJ will be the starting quarterback by the end of the year. That's my prediction.
All right. Well, we'll go with that. How confident am I about beating Washington Saturday? I feel decent about it. At the same time, this will not be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. This will not be because Washington is talented. Okay. They weren't, even though you are what your record says you are what you did in that game. But Washington is more capable of a team than we saw against Montana, which, of course, shocked us all. Washington lost, and they're pitched. Washington has a chance. And the thing about it is Pac-12 teams don't have a whole ton of opportunity to showcase themselves in East Coast prime time. It's usually Pac. That's why they call it hashtag Pac-12 after dark. So I really believe that they're going to come and they're going to give Michigan their best shot. But, of course, the question is, will it be enough? So Michigan is going to have a game on their hands, and they're going to have to be ready, or it's a game they can lose. Okay, that's the way I'll put it. If Michigan is thinking that they're going to get the same team that played against Montana out in Seattle last Saturday, they got another thing coming, and they're going to get punched in the mouth and embarrassed on national television. I'm saying that right now. So if Michigan comes to play mistake-free football, home game with the home field advantage, familiarity, I think Michigan can get this game, but it's definitely not something that is going to be a given or a guarantee.
I'm not Don, but I'll answer that too. I think that I put my money on Michigan minus 6.5. Easy bet.
Okay.
Easy bet.
All right. Cade has to be all Big at minimum to surpass Shea, and he doesn't see. Yeah, I mean, I think Cade has the potential with what's around him to get all Big Ten. But yeah, but like I said, Shea was at all Big Ten 2 years in a row, third team with two other quarterbacks. So
Shea had some elite receivers too.
He did, but that's another story, another day. I don't want to get all into that. But there were some other issues internally, but we'll won't go into that. Who is Larsa Pippen? You could just Google it. Google it. Go on YouTube. Go on Twitter. Twitter search it. You'll see who Larsa Pippen is. We're not going to discuss a woman of the night on this.
Oh my God.
I can't believe I'm calling somebody else's. So yep. So yeah,
I'm as lost as you are.
Yeah, it's just who is Larsa Pippen? That is a takeaway from this podcast. So yeah, man. Just well, I think that those are all the questions that we have so far. Of course, if y'all have any other questions in the meantime, you all can ask them. That is not a problem at all. Oops, of course, now here's another question. We already established this. So,
I won that one.
If a poll, we don't have a poll. I guess you may have won. But yeah, we'll go into our, like I said, ask any. Okay. Oh, Sparty on. We got another question. Saturday, October 30th. Let's talk about that day. Who wins?
Boy.
It's way too early to.
No, it's not. Let's go.
We got plenty of time to talk about it.
Michigan State wins.
Michigan wins, but flip a coin. We don't lose two under Harbaugh. We hadn't lost two in a row to Michigan State. Even when we lose, even when we bumble a game away at home, we come back the next year and won on the road. So hopefully that trend continues.
Yeah, but Harbaugh is a different man.
He is.
This isn't like this. He's like reborn. This is like a new, fresh start.
Yeah.
And what happened in his first year at Michigan? He lost.
Yep. And then, but it was a home game too. So we'll see what happens. So we got. Yeah, so like I said, we'll see what happens. But I think I really, really believe. Oh, we know it's who's last Michigan coach to win 11 games? Brady Hoke. We got that. So, yeah, let's go through let's just go through our pick 10.
Okay. Did you happen to see? Did you keep track of your own record last week? I didn't keep track of my record.
You keep track of your record? Okay, we'll do it right now. Who cares? We're on the air. Vinny was 7-3.
Then he was 7-3.
He told me 7-3. So, wow. Gotta find last week's list. Let's see what I got. So 7-3, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2. Dang, 2-2, 2-3, 3-3. I did pick USCLA 4-3, big one.
I was 8-2.
5-3. 6-3, 7-3. So Connor, 7-3, 7-3, 8-2. So I made up for it. So here, yeah, Swaggy B. Yeah, this Ant calls him Swaggy B. But yeah, so Connor leads the way at 8-2, and 7-3 and 7-3. So we'll go through our picks right now, real quick, and you all can give your thoughts as we go through, kind of do a wrap around of college football, and then we will get out of here and go about your way.
Thursday night football.
We got about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get y'all out of here so y'all can watch some football. Hopefully y'all enjoy this. I've had some fun tonight.
Fun.
Ohio State, Oregon, 12 noon kickoff, big noon kickoff play. Gus Johnson, and Joel Klatt.
That was a good impression.
Ha! No, I'm gonna stop because I will get kicked out. I have to get a hotel. So no, we're good.
Just keep it down.
Yes. Ohio State, Oregon. Who you got?
I'm torn because I read about Oregon. That's one of the college football, college basketball sites I read about. So they're kind of like my second team, but Ohio State is just too good. I would take Oregon plus 16.5 if we were to do spread thing, but heads up, Ohio State's going to win this. Heads up, Ohio State wins, especially if Kayvon Thibodeau is hurt.
Yeah, home game. They got something to prove. The home fans get them. I think they start slow. I think Ohio State starts slow, but I do believe at the end they're gonna come out victorious. Of course, our next because I'm using my phone as a light because the light up here's got a glare on it, so it's gonna make you can go ahead and read them off.
Okay, we got Rutgers at Syracuse. This was kind of like a toss. It was either this or Illinois and Virginia. So
Oof.
Rutgers at Syracuse. I think Syracuse beat Ohio in their first game, and they were underdogs.
Mm.
They won by 20. So, what do you have?
Well, that's a toss-up, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my gut and go chop wood.
Yep.
I think Dino Babers is do or die, but I just don't see him turning it around this year, and I think he'll be a defensive coordinator somewhere next year. That's just my opinion. So chop wood, Rutgers.
Yep, I think Rutgers wins. I think Syracuse is just not a dying program, but under him, they've tapped out, I think.
Yeah, I think so. All right, let's go to the next one.
We have Texas A&M and Colorado, and they're playing in Denver.
This one's going to be close, just because of the it's going. Of course, you got the altitude. The old. I think what is Daryl Hazel? No, not Daryl Hazel. Was another? Wow, I got it. My mind mixed up.
Carl Durrell.
Carl Durrell. Yeah, Daryl Hazel was the guy who had the triple crease hat. I'm getting my black people mixed up. My black brothers mixed up, so my bad. Daryl Hazel. No, Carl Durrell. No, yeah, Carl Durrell. Carl Durrell. He coached
UCLA.
Maurice Jones-Drew. That was a pretty good teams. But yeah, I think it's going to be an emotional game. I think the Buffs fans are going to be out in full force. I think A&M will get off to a slow start, but A&M just has so much more talent than Colorado does, and I think Texas A&M, Gigamags, they'll win.
Well, like you said, I think A&M has way more talent, but with a freshman quarterback or redshirt freshman, whatever he is, he struggled against Kent State, and I think he might struggle early on against Colorado. It's going to be a big environment on the road. It's going to be a crazy game for him. I think that he will bounce back and have a 3-touchdown day. I think they're going to win. It's going to be close until fourth quarter, and then Texas A&M will pull away. Next one we got is this is a big one. Iowa State, Iowa. In Ames.
Man. I text Lucy. We miss you, Lucy. We love you, Lucy. I texted her today and said, "Y'all better beat those Cyclones because my jokes have been on fire, man.
You desperately need them to beat Iowa State.
Yes, my jokes have been on fire because I got one already in my mind. I'm gonna use if Iowa wins again. I got one in my mind. It
doesn't have anything to do with Matt Campbell, does it?
Maybe not. But it's gonna be funny. And it's gonna go viral, and Wolverine Corner's gonna be mad, and the Wolverine Corner high is gonna come and you suck, Shea Patterson. You and Shea Patterson are lovers and all that kind of stuff. I know that's all coming, but
embrace the hate.
Embrace the hate. So it's at Iowa City.
No, it's in Ames. It's in.
That's what I meant. Ames, Des Moines, area, the capital area. My heart, I want Iowa to win for obvious reasons because the joke keeps going on, and I know Iowa State struggled last week. I gotta go with my head. I know, okay, and say Suit Man. I gotta go with my head and say I really believe Matt Campbell gets it done in Iowa City. They do have a really nice environment there. I think they get it done, and everybody comes out, especially depending on what happens to Michigan tomorrow night. Everyone's going to come out and look at the Suit Man. He beat his rival. So I think it's time. I think I have the I got Iowa. I got Iowa State. Iowa State.
This is like the toss-up of the two teams. I have zero clue, because Iowa beat Indiana. We have no idea how good Indiana is, and they just destroyed them. And Iowa State struggled with Northern Iowa for the second time in 3 or 4 years, which is I don't get it. Iowa State is like the worst opening game team of all time.
Yeah, they are.
That's so tough. I picked against Iowa last week, and it came back to bite me.
And I was going to pick Iowa. Y'all convinced me, no, it's not the fault.
It wasn't a night game. That was your decider.
Yeah.
That was your decider.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Iowa State as well. But just because it's a home game. If it was at Iowa, I would say Iowa, but I think it's going to be like 13-10. This game has been under 45 or so points for like 10 straight years. Just ridiculous numbers. Okay. It's going to be an ugly, dragged out game. and Iowa State wins.
Okay. All right. We both got the suit man. So, all right.
Suit man's coming.
All right.
We have Texas at Arkansas, which I'm excited for.
Oh, that's going to be a great game, man. The one thing I hate about going, because I'll be at the big house this weekend, the one thing I hate about going is you miss so many games that are on TV. And because the cell reception in Michigan Stadium is so bad, you don't know what's happening until you see the scores on the scoreboard. But I'll be watching as much as I can before the night game. But I think, man, that's tough. Texas looked good. Arkansas, Fayetteville's a tough place to play because that's all they got in Arkansas is the Razorbacks. Man. It's almost that's a flip. That's a coin toss as well.
Coin flip.
I think Texas. I'm picking Texas. I think Texas is going to go in there. They've got some great skill players. Hudson Card had a nice game. They won. I actually picked Louisiana for the upset, and Texas beat them by 21. So I think they're feeling good about themselves. I think they could sputter out of the gates, but just naturally first road game of the year, tough environment. But I think Texas, with their speed and of course the former commit, whose name escapes me for whatever reason right now, the Flash. He's going to go out there and he's going to get it done. So I got hook 'em horns.
I'm going opposite. This is our first disagreement on these picks. I'm going Arkansas. They have home field advantage. I think last week they got caught looking ahead to this game a little bit. They struggled late. I think they were down 17-7 and they won like 38-17 or something.
Yeah.
I think that momentum is going to carry over into this game. Arkansas is not the pushover that it was a couple of years ago under Chad Morris. They got Sam Pittman. He's turning it around. He showed that last year.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a signature win for him. This is going to be his first big win. It's going to be a really close game, probably like 3 points deciding it. It'll be a classic. It'll be a good one.
Yeah, but it is great to see a former Southwest Conference rival
at
it. That's going to be fun because that game where they were number 1, number 2.
Future conference rivals again.
Exactly. So they'll be back. So, yeah. All right. Let's go to the next one.
All right. We have a conference battle in the SEC, Kentucky, Missouri. Kentucky's at home, I believe.
I'm going to go Nate Slovis, the kid transfer from Penn State. I think he's going to get it done. Where is it at? Kentucky?
It's at Kentucky.
Yeah, I got Slovis is going to go get it done. Not Slovis. What is it?
Will Levis?
Will Levis. My bad. Slovis is out of California. My bad. Good names and stuff. But Levis, I think he gets it done. Home game. Mizzou's kind of you don't know what you're going to get from them. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with Kentucky at home.
I think Kentucky's further along as a program than Missouri, and I think having the home field against a coach in his second year at Missouri, and like you said, Levis is having. He had a good first game, I think. I don't know if I could have sworn I saw him in like the Heisman odds, but I could have been completely wrong. I think Kentucky wins this, but I know next to nothing about how either one is going to do it this year. That's just a gut feeling. We're going to go to the Holy War, which is Utah at BYU.
Man. BYU loses Zach Wilson, who's now the Jets, I think, number 1 guy now. Utah, it's an intense game. It's going to be an intense game, but it's the Mormon Bowl. I think. Wow. I'm going with BYU because at home, they don't get to do a lot of stuff on that campus, as because you got 50 million rules.
Yep.
So I think and also they can't do
no celebrating after the game,
and they can't do the things that a lot of college kids do.
That makes college fun. Yeah.
So they've got a lot of pent up energy, and they're going to bring it. They're going to bring it. We're just going to leave it at that. We're going to stay. We'll stay PG, and we're going to go with. I'm going to go with the Cougs. BYU.
I'm going Utah here. BYU beat Arizona by 8. I think last week, and Utah is about 15 times better than Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Brewer, huge addition to the quarterback room there. He's going to have a big game. I think BYU is actually going to be surprisingly good again this year, even without Zach Wilson. They have a good receiver that's stepped up, and they have the running back, Tyler, I think it's Algier or something like that. As long as the quarterback stays healthy and continues to improve, I think they're going to be pretty tough to beat. But I'm going Utah here because Utah's kind of had the better of BYU for a while. Are we telling scary stories over?
I'm trying to get my light right. My bad. I'm trying.
You're good. And next time on
the Tales of the Crypt. No, man, I can't do that, man. Tales of the Crypt back in the 90s. If you were raised in the 90s, you know what that is. So yeah, yeah. Go to the next one. I'm trying to get this light right.
So next one is a Pac-12 battle, a Pac-12 after dark, USC Stanford, and it's at USC. So in the Coliseum.
Slovis throws for 400 yards.
Yeah,
they run away with it. Of course, David Shaw's teams are they're usually decent, but they're not the way they were when Harbaugh was there, or years after. So yeah, I'm going with USC. Easy.
USC pretty easy. I think Stanford has a major quarterback problem right now. They just made a switch. They're just not trending in the right direction. Michigan State, this time for our big ones. Michigan State, Youngstown State.
Michigan State, I think in the fighting, is Bo Pelini still there?
No. Jim Tressel is their school president though.
Which is crazy, yeah. Good fight, yeah. A lot of the federal agents, get
a nice cushy gig
and got a promotion.
Yeah, there you go.
That's Ohio for you. But, yeah, good for him. Anyways, I think Youngstown will come out with some fire. And if Michigan State doesn't get a touchdown the first two drives, don't freak out. Don't fire Mel Tucker.
I might panic.
Yeah,
I don't know. The fans might be all riled up about getting rid of Thunderstruck for swag surfing. So who knows? Maybe they'll boycott the game.
We need to get some soul in that swag surf. And look at Howard University, man. They boys. That's yeah. You gotta have some soul with it.
It had to go though. Thunder had to go. That cheesy video. When was the last time you were in a state game? A couple years ago, Michigan game.
Michigan State
in East Lansing.
It's been 5 years since I've been to MSU.
Do you remember the intro at all? They play Thunderstruck, and then they show this corny video on the big screen of like a Spartan coming off the Spartan statue and striking the opposing helmet and blowing it up. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's like if you were a little kid, you would think it's awesome, but like now it's just like.
But one thing I do like at Michigan Stadium, at Spartan Stadium, is when the offense takes the field for the first time. They play the horn version of Havilah Nagila. I love that because they play the Tiger games. I really like it.
No, that reminds me of Tigers games. That's like.
Yeah, I love that because it also reminds me of my friends' bar mitzvahs and weddings as well too. So I like it. It's fun.
All right.
So
we're going Michigan State. We're going Michigan State here.
Yeah.
Big.
Easy. Yeah.
I don't know if they'll cover the 20-point spread, but they'll win. They'll win by a couple touchdowns, hopefully.
Yep. All right. Now to the final game, which is the last game, which is Michigan-Washington. Primetime ABC. It would have been a ranked team, which I really Washington ruined that. But now they're going to come in pissed and play like a ranked team. So Michigan's got their hands full. So, Connor, who you got?
I mean, I don't know how you lose to Montana. I don't even know how Montana has enough players to field a team. I don't get how a team like Washington, who's supposed to contend in the Pac-12, and they won their division technically last year before having to forfeit a spot in the title game because of COVID. I don't know how you come out with all the hype ranked and you lose to Montana. I don't get it. But with that being said, I think they'll play better against Michigan. They'll play up to their. I honestly think they were just completely overlooking Montana. I don't know what the coaching staff does. Maybe they didn't even show. I don't know. Maybe they're just talking about Michigan too much. I think they'll come out a little more prepared, but I think Michigan wins this one by 10+.
Yeah. Michigan's going to have their hands full for the first little while in this game. I believe that Washington's going to come out. Washington may come out their first drive and score, and now like, oh crap, we got a game. So, but I think Michigan with the home game, with the way they played last week. They're feeling good about themselves. I think the coaches are constantly reminding them of what happened last year after the first game. Michigan was a world beater against Minnesota, and then really came in overconfident against Michigan State. And Michigan State, like I said, it wasn't a fluke. Michigan State was the better team that day, and they proved it. I think that's a cautionary tale, and they're not going to. I don't think they're going to let that happen again. They're going to play well. I think it'll take the fourth quarter, but I think Michigan will get a late score. I say 10 to 14 point win for Michigan. Go 2-0, going into two more winnable games before you go to Camp Randall and face Wisconsin. So I got Michigan as well.
If Michigan does lose, the meltdown will be extraordinary.
If Iowa State wins and Michigan loses,
Superman is going to be.
I'm probably going to deactivate my court. I'm going to.
You should probably take a little break after that.
Someone's going to create a Superman religion.
Oh yeah.
And worship him every Sunday. Have a communion. Eat.
You don't already do that? I thought everybody did that.
No, we don't do that. No. That's as a Christian, that would be sacrilege. So I cannot do that.
Right.
Yeah. So, hey, we got some great games this weekend. And what's up?
Let's do a quick Thursday night pick. Who you got tonight? Bucks or Cowboys?
Tom Brady. I got Tom Brady.
I should have known. I don't even know why I asked, honestly.
So, all right. Well, we got about 13 minutes to go, so we got y'all off. So yeah, we're gonna let y'all go. This is a lot of fun. We're definitely gonna do this again.
This is more lives.
Yes, this was awesome.
Yeah.
Live unscripted. So
thanks for all the questions out too. By the way.
Oh yeah,
this is great.
This is wonderful. Thank y'all for participating and for all y'all support. We don't take it for granted. We put our own money behind this stuff. We're not making it big yet, but we certainly appreciate your support and your viewership, and we're going to continue to make this better and better, and make this, like I said, make this more viewer friendly, because they say you all the lifeblood of what we do. So we appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Podcast Divided. Enjoy the Monday Night Football tonight. Friday night, got a few games tomorrow night. We got 4 straight days of actually 5 straight days of football.
Right.
Monday Night Football. So
and stick around if you want to hear Don tell some scary stories.
Yes. It was October.
Okay. And on that note
of 2015.
No, okay.
The scary man named Jalen Watts Jackson.
On that note,
came out and he stole the football from the punter. And he ran into the end zone. And he killed 100,000 Michigan fans. And they showed the surrender cobra.
Everybody enjoy Thursday Night Football, please. Please don't let this ruin your Thursday Night Football experience.
You are once again tuning into a Podcast Divided. Have a wonderful rest of your night. We will see you next week. This is our house, but you are welcome here anytime. Y'all take care.
Go green.
Go blue.